Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Let me start by saying menopausal hair sucks. The texture changes, it sheds or it recedes, your hair growth slows down, it's just the pits. And if you come here, you know I am on a hair journey and I really like to add products and devices to my routine that I feel really make a difference. Today's video has actually been a long time coming because I've been using this device for months. It's from Maysama, and as you know, they're one of my love brands, and it is called the Hair Growth Comb. Now, to back up a little bit, I did a video about 10 months ago for another hair device by Ladora, and I will put a link to that video in the description box if you want to check it out. And I have loved using that device for many, many months. It has a number of different modalities, such as red LED light therapy, microcurrent, as well as heat to help stimulate hair growth. And another really cool thing are these little pods you can get that contain various serums or oils that you use during the treatment. But that which makes it great has actually become a problem for me because those pods you have to regularly repurchase. Now, in the beginning, I was going through, I think, one pod every 2 weeks because I use it every day. That is a lot of pods. But then they reformulated them to make them last longer. And they do last longer, which is great. But they still cost just about under $30 for 2 pods. Plus, I have to get them to Ireland from the US, which means I'm paying international shipping, import duties, taxes, so that takes my costs closer to $50 for 2. So in the end, that has just become really expensive for me. If I lived in the States, it wouldn't be as big a deal. So before we get into the specifics of this product, I want to talk a tiny bit about hair cycles. Our hair has 3 phases. The first is called the anagen, and that is the growth phase. And this is where we want to be as much as possible. But that lasts between 2 and 7 years. And at any given time, 80% of our hair is in the growth phase. Then there's the catagen phase, which is the transition. It's when the hair stops growing and it detaches from the follicle. The follicle also becomes shorter. And this lasts about 2 to 4 weeks. And only 1% of our hair is generally in this phase. The last is the telogen, which is the resting phase when the hair does not grow. And this lasts about 3 to 4 months, and new hairs would generally form underneath that. And at any given time, 10 to 15% of our hair is in this phase. Now, essentially, we want to be in growth as much as possible. So the reason that we see LED light therapy and hair growth devices is because it increases the rate of our cellular energy, which in turn increases cell growth, which is why I use LED on my face too. So basically, it prolongs the duration of the hair growth phase and increases the rate of production of active hair in the follicles. That's what we need. And that is one of the things that I love about the Hair Growth Comb by Maysama. This actually combines 2 different LED lights. It has red and blue. So red is at a wavelength of 660 nanometers, and that does a few things. It increases the circulation that brings nutrition to the hair follicles. It also reduces inflammation, and as I said, it increases cellular energy. But it also includes magenta light at 430 nanometers, which is not as deep, to help balance water and oil production from the scalp. You can use these colors on their own, or you can use them together. It's kind of a double whammy. But here's the other thing. It offers pulse light in addition to continuous light. This helps increase the uptake of product. So when the light is flashing on and off, the hair follicle cells expand and contract. And with the contraction, it sucks all the nutrients into the cell. So that makes whatever product we're using more effective. So this device also contains radio frequency, which I regularly use on my face, different device of course, and it uses high frequency electromagnetic waves that penetrate the epidermis and use heat to stimulate the hair follicle. Plus, it also has EMS, which is electrical muscle stimulation, which is another modality I use on my face that goes deeper than microcurrent and radio frequency to promote cellular growth and transition you from the resting phase back into the growth phase. But there's more. This has a removable little well in here that allows you to put whatever product you want into it. It's pure genius. You can use serums, you can use oils, essences, anything that you want to experiment with in relation to growth. So I have been using the multi-peptides serum for hair density from The Ordinary. It costs about 15 bucks. And next, I'm going to probably try this by Hyel. It is the Complete Recovery Complex Serum. And by the way, Hyel is a fabulous range for those of us with troubled hair. I use their shampoos, conditioners, masks, the works. But what I really like about this is the ease of use. It is super lightweight and the handle is just so much easier to hold. It's more comfortable. It's just like using a hairbrush. Now I travel with this everywhere. Yes, I travel with my hair device because, dude, they don't work if you're not consistent. So as far as use, it's super easy. You have the power button that turns it on, and the LED, you can choose whether you want blue, red, or combined, and then you can choose either continuous or pulse light. I use both colors on pulse, and then this button here cycles through the modality, and off you go. I use this for 10 minutes and you're done. Now this is really for the scalp. This is not for the hair, so you do need to make sure that you keep contact with the scalp. So for me, it's really in here is where I started to see the hair loss, and I've been using a number of different things for that, but there's so much new hair growth that's come in here since I've started using these products. And it works. I tend to focus on the area around the perimeter because that's where I'm noticing it the most. Now, I do this for 10 minutes. You can use it on wet hair and you can use it on dry hair. And you don't even have to use product if you don't want to. In fact, when I'm traveling, I don't. So this retails for less than $200, which is better than a lot of the other ones on the market, and I think it's a great value. Plus, they have distribution in the US, Australia, the UK, and EU, so I don't have to pay import charges on any Maysama products, which I tend to be ordering often. So if you're looking for technology to help with hair loss, I think this is worth consideration. And I do have a discount code, which is Mary10, that gets you 10% off. Now this is not a sponsored video. They don't even know I'm making it. However, I was kindly gifted this. And thank goodness, huge thank you to Maysama because I absolutely love it. Guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you use any devices for your hair or any special products you use to combat these issues? I'd love to know, and I'm sure there are lots of other viewers that would too. And if you like the look at this video, please do subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. I mean, this could be a little bit niche, but I imagine there are lots of people out there that are just like me that are sort of having these same struggles. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye. Need coffee.